All right, so I am joined today, guys, by one of my good friends. I actually have been in their office for the last year and a half, I guess, with Cantor and Associates. But I've got Eric Benke is actually one of probably my most trusted advisors when it comes to anything to do with accounting, IRS, making sure your numbers are accurate, business evaluations, fraud protections. There's all kinds of things that they do. But they have a resource that I just found out about literally in the last 20 minutes that I feel like is really critically important today specifically. So, without further ado, I want to turn it over to you, Eric. I have your screen, but if you want to show your screen, or if you've got a couple of points on this Paycheck Protection Act, just fill us in on what do my clients and the community as a whole need to know about what you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you don't mind. My eyes are going to be kind of darting back and forth. I've got four screens in front of me. I got to figure out which one I'm going to talk to. So I think today the most important thing to discuss is the payroll protection and the Paycheck Protection Plan, or as people like to say, the PP plan, right? Because it's the PP
nice.
Plan. And basically, this program is really important because it is going to be able to fund small businesses pretty sizably, hopefully in the near term. Now, all the guidance hasn't been released yet, but I'll give you the highlights. This program is going to be administered by financial institutions that currently participate in the SBA. So it's the SBA 7A, the Small Business Administration 7A lending program. All businesses that are under 500 employees, including nonprofits, veterans organizations that have been in business prior to February 15th of this year.
Okay.
The loan's going to cover certain operating expenses for the business, specifically payroll costs, healthcare costs, mortgage interest, rent, utility payments, and interest on any debt incurred prior to February 15th of 2020.
Okay.
The way it works is really interesting. So this is changing, and your particular financial institution might do it a little bit differently because they are giving some of this availability to make these decisions by the banks. But in a nutshell, what they're looking for, you take your entire payroll for 2019. And when I say payroll, it's everything, including the healthcare, the payroll costs, the state and federal taxes. There's also a provision to include independent contractors. Now, again, further guidance may be needed. However, we're fairly confident that any independent contractor that you are using to complete your day-to-day work is included under this.
Okay.
So you take that entire number for 2020, you divide it by 12, that gives you an average month. Then you calculate the average number of employees you have for the year. Those are the numbers that they're going to use to figure out what the number of this loan is going to be and how big the loan is going to be. You then times that number, that 1 month average payroll. Okay.
Pardon the interruption.
No problem. So you times that number, that 1 month average payroll, by 250%.
Okay.
That's the number. So what they're looking for in the application, quite simply, is they want that number, which is your average month times 250%, and then the average number of jobs or average number of people that are on payroll. You go ahead and submit that loan. The source documentation that the bank's going to ask for is going to vary by bank, but they definitely need your year-end payroll report, not the summary. They want full detail. Preferably, you should have your 940, 941 available. I also think you should have your W-3 available. This is just my gut feeling. It was supposed to go live this morning. It hasn't gone live yet. As soon as it is, we're going to go through the entire process so that we know exactly what we're looking at here.
There's a limited amount of money, right? So that's why the urgency matters.
There is extreme urgency because it is very limited. It's $380 billion, which sounds like a lot of money, but at the end of the day, every small business is eligible for this, right? So here's the best part about this program. After about 90 days, they're going to do a reconciliation. And they're going to take a look at an 8-week period, 8 weeks from the day that you receive the money. And they're going to see, did your payroll go up or down? What did you spend that money on? If your payroll went down, either by dollar amount or by number of employees, then some of that money will not be forgivable. So expect that. With the independent contractors, there's not enough guidance on that. So I would just factor in my head that money may not be forgivable. So forgivable means it's not due. That money's yours and that's it.
So it's a grant.
The remaining balance, if there's any, turns into a 2-year loan at 0.5% interest, with the first payment being due 6 months after you receive the money. So no matter how you slice it, this really should give you a solid footing in these times with what we're going through. We're really hoping that this gets administered quickly. There was a press conference last night. I don't know if you saw the presidential press conference.
Yeah.
They're already kind of apologizing. It didn't roll out yet, but they're already apologizing that it may not, they're doing their best. So that just leads me to believe that, hopefully your best is good enough. But I feel confident in the fact that the banks are the ones that are administering this because banks know how to do this. That's the program in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it, and I can share my screen for just a second. We've created a resource page on our website that will not only give you information about this, it gives you information about all sorts of great stuff that I think would be really beneficial.
That's the second. That's the second component. So do you have the ability to share? Yeah, I think you can. Here,
I thought I was sharing. You know what? Technology. Okay, Boomer. Do I have the right screen up?
You do.
Oh, right. Look at that. So our website is cantorpa.com. And when you go to the home screen, we actually readjusted the whole site so that you can click right here on the home page, and then it'll take you here. And these resources, besides having some great contacts here, which, by the way, I need your information. So
we'll get it over to you today. We've been a little in the weeds.
But if you look here, we are keeping this updated literally hour by hour at times to give you exactly what's needed. There's a sample application so you have an idea of what the SBA is looking for. This is a great piece right here. And this is just FAQs. It's the long version of what I just went over. And it really goes through everything. It links back to the SBA. You need to reach out to your bank now to find out what the process is going to be for your bank. What we're finding is that a lot of banks are not allowing non-customers to apply, which would really be tough if you bank with a bank that doesn't, that's not going to, participate in this program.
Yeah, I've heard a couple. I know that our banker friend has actually advised us to send people to their bank, but I found out this morning that one bank specifically was not going to deal with it at all. So,
I also found out that many of the credit unions, at least in the Tampa Bay area, are not going to participate either. Even though they have an SBA department, they're not going to participate.
So what's the alternative, Eric? If they can't do that, like where do you go? Like where should we send them right now? Do we know?
Right now, I wish I had a better answer, but I don't know yet because this is all so new and things are changing so quickly. They're going to most likely get a second round of funding for this, right? So Congress has to sit down and say, okay, we're going to put another, X amount of money into this. I don't know when that's going to happen. I think at some point it'll be available to everybody and all banks will participate. But I would definitely go to sba.gov. There is a resource. You literally click on the COVID. It's a big graphic of the virus. Click on that, and there is a whole resource that they have of participating banks. And I wish I had a better answer for you, but you really need to scroll through that and literally contact those banks. Maybe go to their websites and see if there's an ability to put through your application. Because 2 of the banks that we work with are no longer accepting applications, or are now saying that they're not going to be accepting applications for non-customers.
Okay, so for the sake of time and for efficiencies, I think you and I are running into the same thing. We got a lot of people reaching out to us. We wanted a one-stop shop with actual details. There's so much garbage coming at us, and I hate to say garbage because people are trying to help, I think, genuinely, but there's just so much misinformation that I'm really trying to focus on people that I trust, that I know this, that I know do their homework. And so you have created at cantorpa.com this resource page. and it's some of our best relationships. I can vouch for everybody on that list, especially. And so we'll get some of our stuff out there to you to get it updated on a regular basis. So we appreciate that opportunity as well. But I think this is brilliant. So especially for our community right here, and Tampa Bay is a big area. Oldsmar is a little more narrow, and I know everyone around here knows you guys well. You've been in business for years, and Brad and the team do a great job. So I appreciate you getting this updated. But regardless, whatever's going on, you're going to keep this page live and active with the best resources we can
Absolutely. Find. And we've already made an update today because there's a lot of coronavirus scams going on right now between people trying to scam you with your stimulus check and with this Paycheck Protection Program. Take a look at that link when you get a chance to, and just make sure that you're not falling for these scams, because they are just preying on people who are just desperately in need of capital to help keep their businesses afloat. And then one last thing, if I can mention, getting this money is great, and hopefully it comes through quickly. Planning is even more important, because you can get all the money in the world. If you're not planning properly, it'll be gone in no time. So we have some resources available for free on the website to take a look at. That'll give you an idea of what you need to do to plan in a time of crisis. We obviously also offer a paid program that we have. I think it's very valuable. We've discounted our rates dramatically to make sure that we can take care of the public. But there are free resources as well. And finally, if you have additional questions, you can always reach out to me, whether it's via email or phone. I've literally been working till 9 o'clock at night every day to make sure I get back to everybody. I know how stressful this time is. It's stressful for everybody. And I'm going to do my very best to make sure to talk to you if you need help. And I can even walk you through these programs. There's a grant program that you can take a look at on the website. I'll actually highlight it right here. I don't know how much of that money is still available, but if you haven't applied for it, click on that link, apply for it right now. I mean, it's that simple. So get whatever you can to help your business stay afloat, and we will be there for you. We're all in this together.
No, I think that's great. So I appreciate you guys putting the effort out. I'm happy to answer any questions as well, along with Eric. He's one of them that I go to for this stuff. So people want to know, we wanted to share that. I know you already have highlighted Steph Lacey, a lot of the HR stuff about do I downsize, do I furlough, like how does that impact benefits? We're going to add some additional information specific to the benefits arena for you and for Steph. So we appreciate that opportunity. It is a little scary, and I've been sharing a lot about Dr. Raul Mera's stuff with his National Center for Performance Health. But, our way of dealing with this, I think, is to take action and to try and see what we can do to help other people. We know those are a couple of components that make a difference, and we want to be here as a resource for you guys. So, Eric, thank you for your time. Thank you for your work. Thank you for taking a few minutes today to get the word out. And you send me whatever you need for me, and vice versa. I'll get this posted as quickly as I can today. And if anything comes up, changes happen, guys. This is where to go, cancerpa.com, and reach out to Eric and his team. They'll be there for you. So, and if you can't get him and you need something quickly urgent, call me. I might be able to figure it out as well and get you over to him when things calm down a little bit. So thank you very much. So we appreciate your time. We'll be in touch soon.
All right. That sounds great. Thank you so much. Take it easy. Stay safe.